So this is what I'm going to move from here down to that crop of bulbs is going to be the bins. And unfortunately in all this area I've already planted lots and lots of bulbs which of course are going to need to be moved. Those ones are all right because they're behind the tree line, and those ones are all right. But anything forward of this tree line I will move those because I can't tell where the tree line is going to be exactly. They'll probably be all right, those ones, but forward of that big one is going to need to be moved. But I mean there are quite a lot of outcrops coming up. You can see there's one there. So what I'll do is I'll dig out the obvious one straight away because there's quite a cluster there, and then and there's that little ones there. They gone leggy because of they probably had that big green bin over them. So what I'm going to do is dig them out and then fork it all through just to see if there's any more, because all of this is all the earth is going to be partly removed and partly flattened. So all of this is going to be flattened off with a gentle slope from that area. So all of that bank is going to be cut out all the way around here, and it's going to be, as you see, it rises slightly. This is on a bank anyway, and that's going to have to be levelled. That'll be the first job. So I'll level it with the grass. Exterminate! So that'll be the first job, to level off from here all the way down to about here, I reckon. So that'll be levelled. And then this will be dug out in a slope, and this will be where the Daleks go along this bank here. It's quite a lot of work, but all this will be the dirt that goes over to another of the give her a hand out the way so we can focus. There we go. Another of the resolutions, which is the fruit area, which is just over behind the poo box. So there we go. I'm going to get on with it, and I'll show you what I'm doing later on. There you have it. I've dug it all through. Didn't take that long. I should been lightheaded, so I should actually take it a bit. Oh, the sun's out. Look at that shine. Hello. Hello. So there are 3 sets of bulbs. There's one here. I think they look like chives or wild garlic or something. Anyway, so there's 3 sets of bulbs. One here, one about here. You can just see one poking up there. And there's another one over there that were just budding. So I put those and just covered them with leaves. They'll grow through the leaves. And then I need to just cover these carefully. That's as careful as it gets. There we go. So not that much. Back off. Yeah, so that's all transplanted. Now, what am I going to do now? Because I've got a bit of time. The only thing is I did feel a bit lightheaded as I was doing some of the digging over. So obviously my physical energy hasn't returned after my 1-2 months of sitting around doing nothing at home, getting a little tubby from mince pies or whatever, and my cholesterol. So what I may do is just take a few bits of enough to move the bins, but I won't dig this out just yet. I might level that off now, or start it. But in order to start that, I need to show you about no dig. Now, what is I've been trying to record this, and my tiny little tripod, this thing, keeps on blowing over. You can see all the mud on the top where it keeps falling over. It's like a £6.99 thing off Amazon. I really must get another one, a proper one. So I'm in the fruit area now. I want to talk no dig, so I'm going to switch around and show you the area. That lovely blue sky. Look at it, it's gorgeous. Right, so cardboard with all the sellotape and sticky labels removed. Right, I'm going to switch around because it's impossible trying to talk and hold cardboard up at the same time. Right, I'm not going to go into the ethics of no dig on this occasion, just to let you know what I'm going to do with this no dig at this time. Firstly, I'm going to leave these fruit trees alone and that area there, Likewise, I'm going to leave a pathway next to them. So if I just show you from a distance, there we go. So I'm going to leave that pathway there between that fruit tree and the bin, and I'm not going to do anything around the thing. That's so I can get the wheelbarrow up against the poo bin, especially when I got things there. I'm also going to leave a pathway just here looking up to the road, just up there to where that dead gooseberry is. I got that off another person's plot from there with permission, where they'd thrown it into the bin. I'm going to see if I can resurrect it. It might come back, who knows, might get lucky, and I've no idea. Yeah, so I'm going to do a little puff up there, but the rest of the area I want to put back to soil. Now I don't want to dig all the grass out, so you can no dig it, which is basically you get cardboard, brown cardboard, and you can lay it down on the ground, overlap it so many times. So if we allow for the path, is it going to work? Oh, so there's all the plastic removed. These are the new jiffy bag type things from padded bags from Amazon that are totally compostable. Then you just keep overlapping cardboard on the ground so that the weeds and things don't come through. And what will happen is that and then you pile, very simply, pile soil or compost on top. And that is the basis of a no-dig bed. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some more cardboard down and then start digging out that bank to make it level and putting the soil on here. And I'll show you some more photos and the little videos as we go along. Me and my shadow. Okay, that's as much as I can do today. I've run out of energy. It's still a lovely morning, so what I may do is just go back and potter around planning out the greenhouse base back at the bungalow. But that's as much as I've dug out for the time being. The length of that wood is approximately where the end of 2 bays comes. So I just need to dig out this little bit just here, and then I can actually dismantle these bays and move them over here. That will give me a little bit of extra wood, such like, and some of the MDF, to make a 3rd bay to go on the end, which will be where that one ends, probably just somewhere about here. So that will give a 3rd bay. It doesn't need to be as big as the others, because by its nature, composting or leaf mulching decreases the volume of the materials that you start with. So whereas this could be a 1-year compost, the 3rd bin at the end could be a 2nd or 3rd year, but that's what I wanted the Daleks for. But we'll plan it anyway. You can never have enough compost. So that's it. Let me go and show you the no dig effort. So this is it. I'm not going to do anything with it at the moment. There's still lots more earth to come across, and I've run out of cardboard, but the cardboard itself will come around this tree, and as I say, there'll be a path down the centre here up to that old gooseberry bush, but otherwise the rest will be covered in cardboard and all this soil placed on top. And it's exactly the same with this side as well. I can actually get more here, because if you look, if you follow the run of that bin, there's actually a lot of spare space between here and the pile at the end. Oh, I put it out of focus with my little hand. Come on, there we go. So there's still lots of earth to move. Joy! Lots of cardboard to find, because I've run out. I'll have to ask around. But no dig, I'll talk lots more about no dig at later date. I think people do have the totally wrong impression of no dig. No till, as the Americans would say, no till. There's, again, just like seed storage, there's a lot of confusion about what no dig actually means. Permaculture, regenerative, agriculture, all these buzzwords, and very little information is actually passed on to people about what they actually mean. So I'll do a breakdown later in the spring maybe. It's a beautiful morning here on the plot. Robbie, I haven't seen Robbie for a few days, but I can hear him or her. Warning signals as well. Probably hasn't seen me for a few days. So as you see, the beautiful, look at the beautiful clouds structure in the sky today. Absolutely gorgeous. It's really cold. It's only like 7 degrees, but it's very breezy, so it feels like 3 or 4 degrees. Very, very cold. Let me show you how far we've got. Look at that. We are progressing. So there's the new pallet that my friend and I went and collected. I've used the last of the long shiplap and some of the bits off the old bin to create a backing panel. And of course it doesn't have to be that high. Let me just take you around the other side and I'll show you the beauty of placing all of this here. I mean, you can hear the wind, sorry. Let's just go outside. There's shadow, there's vehicles. But as you see, it's well below the level of the road. It's hardly visible. When that bush grows back, that will disappear. That will all disappear behind the hedge. Absolutely lovely. Can hardly see it. Joy. So today's job, not all the pallets are the same size. This one is a lot smaller, as you see. So another plot has obviously cut up a pallet, a blue pallet at some time. Has ended up with these has ended up with these. So I've grabbed 4 of them, and they'll be the perfect height to sort of build a pallet up, and then I can just add a piece of wood across the centre here to stop the stuff spilling about. So that's today's job, is to finish this off, get a piece of wood across there, and then all of this can go over there. As you see, it's incredibly woody. It's very carbon, very brown. So what I need to do is to grab some of the green stuff. There's a little bit of greeny in those bins. Greeny, of course, is horsey poo, pony poo. So I can grab some of my pony poo out of my pony poo bin. And then there's a little bit of grass, which I showed in a previous video, just around this corner where people have been cutting it for years and just dumping it on the side. And that'll be perfect to add to that. Then I can empty all of that into there, mixing it all up into there. Mixing it all up. I forgot I was doing this. Oh dear. I'll empty all of that into here. Yay! And then see, I've got the 2 doors here, one that side, one that side, and then I can put 1 door on this part. Doesn't look wide enough. Measure it. And then the other door can go into the next bin, and I'll just use the side. So that way I've always got a big door I can just pull off to access the compost. That looks a lot wider than that door, but I measured it all. Oh well, we'll find out. We'll find out as time goes by. The joy. Okay, here I go. Going to finish putting these together. A little bit of screwing and a little bit of finding pieces of wood. Here we go. It's all ready now. A couple of bits of wood across there. Again, I'm not too fussed about it. And again, I'm not fussed about the air gaps and stuff, because oxygen is very good for composting. So there you can see, there's the sides. The only thing that does worry me is at the bottom of there, maybe, and in here in a future date, we might get visitors. We might get hedgehogs and froggies and rats. Woo! But we'll see what we can do. So all this is now going to be transferred. There's those, I've taken the tops off those bins over there. It's not me using the fertilizer. I found it on blowing across the plot. Lovely, thank you very much. So there's some of the stuff from around the corner. There's a little bit more, but it's not as good as I thought it would be. And there's me poo. Well, not my poo. And that's all going to get mixed up and thrown in there. I've got to get rid of that bit of plastic first. Gosh, look at that bit of plastic. Ah, humbug. Right, I'll show you more when I'm underway. Oh, I love my job. First of all, cup of tea. Oh, keep that strength up. So as I'm getting down to the bottom of these Dalek bins, I'm switching to hands rather than the fork, and that's because just in case there's any creatures curled up for the winter, picking them up by hand and won't be so bad. Yeah. So we're progressing. Just wanted to show you this. As you see, these are all types of perennials that are growing back despite the frost, despite being buried in a ton of debris. They're all growing back, and this is the danger of composting when the compost has not reached the right temperature. So there's obviously ways to get around it. If you can't get a hot compost going, just keep turning it, and every time you turn it, these will get buried, broken off. Eventually they'll die, and but it will take longer to compost, of course. There's the poo, lots of wrigglers in there at the moment, which is great. And I did actually find a wriggler, a little red wriggler at the bottom of here. It just came out of here, so that shows that there are worms, and the composting process is happening, but it's happening further down. So as I say, you don't have to be an expert. Keep composting very simple. Just keep turning it, just keep adding to it. If it looks too woody, which obviously this does, just keep adding green to it. The danger is it will get slimy, and I have found bits of slime. You can just see there, that's a bit slime, so I've broken that up. Actually no, it's a bit of poo. There was slime, trust me. So I've broken it up. I've put in some of the drier stuff. That's the second barrel I've grabbed. And again, I'm not fussed about it being weeds. If this goes all right and it gets up to temperature, all of these weeds, seeds and weed shoots will die off. But just keep turning it. That's the whole point of compost. As I keep saying, composting is a bit like cooking. You don't just leave it and expect it, walk out into the kitchen and expect the dinner to be on the plate. You have to go back, you have to check the temperatures, you have to keep stirring stuff. So just keep cooking your compost. So this is a perfect example of what I mean by slimy. As you see, this is just a lump of grass, and it's got red wrigglers in, which is lovely, and they're helping that decompose. Look, baby ones, aren't they beautiful? But to be honest, it's not doing the compost much good. It's slowing down its the process, so it needs to be spread out. More oxygen needs to get to it. This is why you need to turn, even grass and compost. This is why you need to actually just keep it broken up, just to make sure it doesn't go slimy and clumpy like this. But yeah, I'm really pleased to see the red wrigglers and the other worms, normal earthworms as well. Good compost. That's as much as I've got at the moment. There's still a bit more room there. I need to find a couple of panels to go across the top. Thinking about, I think I've got some down on the poo pile, but yeah, what I found is that the lower stuff is actually a better compost, so I may actually put that in one of the Daleks after I finished moving all of this top stuff. So as you see, this bottom stuff is a bit better consistency, so it might actually be a good, this is definitely 2-year compost I'm putting in here, so it might be a better 1-year compost. That's the end of part 1 of my moving the compost bins saga. Stay tuned for part 2. If you haven't already, please subscribe and let's chat comment below, and if it's of use to you and you're enjoying the series, please like the video. I'll see you all soon for part 2.